People think cities protect seniors first. They don't. Cities protect speed, volume, and movement. That's why seniors feel danger before anyone else. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Cities don't fail when they collapse. They fail while they're still working. Elevators still move. Pharmacies still open. Buses still arrive. The lights are on. The streets are busy. And that's exactly why the danger is missed. When systems degrade instead of breaking, they stop compensating. They keep functioning, just unevenly. And uneven systems don't punish everyone equally. They punish the people with the least margin first. Seniors are optimized for continuity. Regular schedules, stable temperatures, predictable access, timed medication, familiar routes. That's not weakness. That's how human bodies conserve energy over time. Cities, on the other hand, are optimized for motion, throughput, flow, constant adjustment. When stress enters the system, the city doesn't pause to protect continuity. It accelerates flow. It reroutes. It improvises. That works for bodies that can adapt on the fly. It quietly overwhelms bodies that can't. This is the first mistake people make. They think danger arrives as chaos. It doesn't. It arrives as friction, a delay, a longer walk, a missed transfer, a pharmacy that's open but out of stock until tomorrow, a building that's heated but not evenly. Each one feels survivable. Together, they narrow options. And when options narrow, outcomes stop being equal. Here's the rule most people never hear. Failure moves through dependencies, not demographics. Seniors in cities rely on stacks of systems to maintain normal life. Not one system, stacks. Medication relies on refrigeration, pharmacies, transport, and timing. Mobility relies on elevators, sidewalks, transit, and safety. Health relies on climate control, power, and access. When one layer slips, the strain transfers downward. Nothing explodes. Nothing makes the news. Recovery just stops lining up. Call this dependency stack failure. It's quiet. It's legal. It's routine. And it hits seniors first because they live closest to the base of those stacks. A stalled elevator doesn't trap everyone. It traps the people who can't substitute stairs. A delayed bus doesn't inconvenience everyone. It interrupts care. A closed pharmacy isn't a setback. It breaks timing. Cities hide these stacks because they usually work invisibly. When stress arrives, they don't snap. They sag. Seniors absorb the load.
Danger doesn't arrive as an event. It arrives as accumulation. Attrition layered on attrition. A wait that's slightly too cold. A walk that's slightly too long. A delay that's slightly too late. Rule: attrition kills faster than shock when margin is low. Bodies with reserve borrow energy from tomorrow. Bodies without reserve can't. Cities amplify this because everything requires movement. Distance replaces convenience, standing replaces sitting, waiting replaces access. The city doesn't attack, it withholds, and withholding feels neutral. That's what makes it lethal. This is where false comfort sets in. People assume seniors will be prioritized, that systems are designed to notice vulnerability, that help arrives where it's needed most. Rule: stressed systems optimize for volume, not fragility. Cities don't triage emotionally, they triage mechanically. Throughput matters, speed matters, scale matters. Seniors move slower through those channels. That means delays hit harder even when resources still exist. It's not neglect, it's math. Now consider timing. Cities reward flexibility. Seniors rely on synchronization. Medication windows, appointment windows, temperature windows. When recovery requires synchronization instead of correction, you're approaching the edge. Miss one refill? Fixable. Miss several? Compounding. Missed connections don't announce themselves as emergencies. They accumulate until independence ends quietly, not with a siren, with coordination failure. This is the coordination break. It's the moment when everything is still open, still staffed, still functioning, and still unreachable in time. From the outside, outcomes look sudden. From the inside, they were incremental. Seniors don't fall because something dramatic happens. They fall because recovery requires effort they no longer have surplus for. People also misunderstand space. They think proximity equals safety. Hospitals nearby, neighbors close, services dense. But density doesn't guarantee access when systems thin. It increases competition. When demand spikes, cities don't slow down to protect the fragile. They accelerate to clear backlogs. That acceleration favors speed. Seniors feel the pressure first because their timelines are tighter. Waiting that's inconvenient for one person becomes dangerous for another. Compare this to rural areas. Rural systems fail loudly. Power goes out, roads close, everyone knows. Cities fail selectively. The lights stay on somewhere. The bus still runs sometimes. The store opens late. That ambiguity delays recognition. Seniors wait for normal to return because normal often does until it doesn't. Waiting is rational right up to the point it isn't. Here's the contrast that matters. Mobility absorbs failure. Stability amplifies it. Cities are built to reward mobility. Seniors depend on stability. When stability erodes, the environment stops compensating. That's why seniors aren't last to feel danger. They're first to cross the margin where mostly working isn't enough. This isn't a warning about cities, it's a lesson about systems. If you understand which layers your body depends on, you can see danger before it announces itself. Cities don't warn when margin disappears, they just keep going, and the people who can't keep pace feel the consequences first. Cities don't turn dangerous because they collapse, they turn dangerous because they keep functioning for the wrong bodies. Rural areas fail loudly, cities fail quietly. Seniors aren't exposed first because they're fragile, they're exposed because they're precise, and precision needs stability. When stability thins, the cost is paid early. That's the mechanism. No villains, no panic, just systems doing what they were designed to do. The question isn't whether cities are safe or unsafe. It's whether your body is built for motion or for continuity when the systems stop lining up.